Looking good.
Feeling
Hello
good.
out there, internet people. Mike's feeling good.
Yeah.
Want to say hello and welcome to another episode of Heroes of Windgrove, not Best Left Buried. It's been a while. Which is another old song that I have a reference to, but anyway, not gonna go there. But yeah, thanks so much for joining us. My name is Jason. I am your game master for this episode 9 of Heroes of Windgrove. Yes, I love the nods. It helps me a lot. Um, yeah, so today I am joined by, on my left,
Yes, I'm Taya. I'm going to be dusting off Aylin Somali, level 3 UNT Bard. Very excited to be back with her. If you haven't already, please join our Discord. I'll drop the link here in just a second. We have a lot of fun things to check out on there. First of all, you can get to know us, talk to us a little bit in between the sessions. That's a lot of fun. We also do have also in between the sessions where we talk about things that our characters are doing between our major sessions at times. So don't, be left out of that. Keep abreast. Some interesting things happen there. Some spoilers or things that's like really make you look forward to the next episode. And then once I get done talking, I will also be dropping a little piece of character art for Aylin that I have gotten done a while ago and have been just waiting for our next Heroes of Windgrove episode. It's her in her dancer garb. So look forward to that. Again, come join us on our Discord.
Awesome. Excited to see that. I'm Paula. I am playing Lorraine and her animal companion, Wolf Scrap. And I would like to encourage you to please check out our social media. We have a Twitter, we have an Instagram, and we have a TikTok. And on all of those platforms, you can find us at symbol Heroes Die Show. And the Twitter is a great place to check out our schedule, just keep up to date with what is going on. Josh runs that. It's really funny too. There's lots of memes and jokes, and it's great. So check out the Twitter, check out the TikTok. There will probably be a couple of clips from this episode going up on the TikTok. We like to be a little bit more funny in this campaign. So check out our at Heroes Die show.
Hello, I'm Josh, and I'll be playing Rickbin, the lizard folk barbarian, and I want to tell you to check out our Patreon. We appreciate all the support we get, never required, always appreciated, to keep the show running. And we have a lot of cool stuff on there. We're not asking for something for nothing. We have awesome mini micro RPG system and a module to go with that. We have 2 parts of the contest, which is a 5e module. If you just like playing D&D like you see on the show, there's absolutely content for that. And next month, I don't know if I've even mentioned this yet, but there's going to be a solo RPG on there. So even if you don't have friends and the only people you know that play D&D and TTRPGs is us, now you can get on the action all by yourself. So check out our Patreon. There's also a discount code for our merch, and I'd like to hear more about that. Who can tell me about that?
I can. My name is Mike. I'll be playing Vale Cromwell. He's an arcane archer. And I know what you're thinking. You look at me, you're thinking, this guy ain't cool, right? But you know what? You're right. You're right. But I do know what cool is because I was there. I was there the day it was created. And I was there when I saw them catch the very first essence of it. And they used something very similar to this. It is a Heroes Die mug, complete with logo on it and a handle. Don't ask me what the cool was, but it smelled really good. And you can purchase it at Big Cartel We have lots of really cool merch. We got like sweaters and wizard hats and whatnot. You could find the links on our Discord, and yeah, enjoy it. Again, not necessarily not a necessity, but you know, you do want to be the coolest kid on your street.
It's true. Yeah,
And this
get your
mug
hands on
is-
that distilled cool essence as quickly as possible.
It was made from something like I think like Jeff Goldblum's old chewing gum and a
Aw.
Fender Telecaster and
Nice.
just a bunch of weird stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, folks, you can find all those links down somewhere below this. If you're on Twitch and if you're on YouTube, at the like About Us section has links to all that. So I hope you check it out. So want to start with actually, or want to wrap up the beginning, get the end to the beginning by saying thanks to some folks. So one, thanks to all of you cast members who make this absolutely awesome and super fun to do. Thanks to all of you out there, internet folks, for watching, because it's really fun to play this game, and it's really fun to, know that there are people that enjoy catching up with it. It means a lot to all of us. Also, want to say thanks to folks at Roll20, because we get to use their platform, and it's really handy. Want to say thanks to the people at Tabletop Audio, because they provide all the cool free music that we're going to use today to try and set our spooky or upbeat scenes. It's like such a contrast from the other game, because I'm not always trying to make it unpleasant and spooky. So it's that's
It just
that's what we got.
naturally happens here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, right. We go for moments of unpleasantness, right? But a lot more cool moments too. So with that, do y'all want to get back to the action?
Yes.
Indeed.
All right. So let's go over what happened last time, because it's been a bit for us here. Maybe it's been a bit for you, or maybe you're watching this in a playlist and it's just like it was just a minute ago and you're like, bro, I got it. But regardless, we're going to go ahead and cover it. So last time, our heroes had left, well, a while ago, they'd left the town of Windgrove and had gone into the woods. They'd gone to a place called Falcon's Lodge, which was pretty cool, if I do say so myself. Had a neat vibe, had a cool valley, a bunch of glowy bulbs on vines and stuff, and had a hot spring, like a natural hot spring, which
It's where we're going to retire.
yeah, pretty awesome. Yeah, it's where I would retire if I could, for sure. Then they'd gone with their cart of supplies to a logging camp and found that basically everybody was dead there. So very Tremor style. There were people that had, gotten off the ground and died of dehydration because, they couldn't get any water and they were scared to go back on the ground. And as they went walking in, they got attacked by these burrowing, tunneling, giant, awful insect things. They did find one survivor, Tybor Wester, the brother-in-law of the mayor of Windgrove, and he was a real piece of shit. I think we can probably just say it that way. And in response to him probably having left his people out to die while he had plenty of food and water, our heroes threw him down a hole and left him for dead. That's about right.
It's frontier justice.
There was no judgment in my words, to be clear. This is observation, not analysis, or summary in this case. So following that, y'all had intended to go over. You'd heard about this monastery / temple / whatever that was nearby to the logging camp. So it was this old, busted down spot, and you were going to check it out because you'd heard there was some treasure there. Long story short. Sound about right?
Yeah.
Yup.
All right. Now, you'd gotten to the logging camp after a day's travel, right? And getting towards so you're done at the logging camp around early morning, I think, or noon by the latest. And then you were going to head right on to the temple. Is that right?
I
Shrine,
think we
temple,
were
whatever.
Yeah, I think we were gonna like get some distance between us and the camp and rest, maybe, because some of us weren't feeling too great. And then, yeah.
Okay, so just for my knowledge, are we going to try and scout at the location and then take like a short rest? Or are you going to take a short rest now? Or are you just going to wait to go over there till after you've taken a long rest?
I think that we should at least take a short rest now, don't you think? Get a little bit of a breather in.
Absolutely.
I agree.
I mean, I'm feeling fine, of course, but for everyone else.
No, I took a few licks back there. Definitely need something.
Did those creatures actually lick you, or was that a metaphor?
I mean, yeah, with mandibles.
No wonder you look a little rough around the edges. A little unkempt. Do you need some help with that?
No, I'm all right. Nothing
Are
a
you-
good long ride on a back of a horse won't fix.
You look like you could use some help. Just cleaning up, you know?
Right.
I'll
Well,
reach up and prestidigitation.
Oh. I always love it when you do that.
Well, it does send it's almost like an exciting shiver. It just magic
For
feels
you?
pleasant, you know, is more what I mean by that.
All
Twigs-
right.
She's just gonna mutter twigs and berries to herself as she walks away.
Now I know why she does it so often.
It's just magic. She's just bright red. Don't worry about it. It's fine. She'll just sit down and rest. Take a breather, if they're going to do that.
Okay, yeah, y'all are able to take a short rest without issue. So Lorraine and Rickman, you've seen the map. You have a general sense of where it is. So it's about half day's travel from where you're at. So you're going to get there towards end of day, no matter what. Adding in the short rest, like you'll maybe be there at nightfall. Or if you push hard, you could get there while there's still some sun.
Yeah, I think the goal would be to try to make it while the sun's still up. As long as there's nothing too dangerous in the way. It's just like woods we're traveling through.
Yes, although these woods are not known to be crazy safe. What are we
Did
doing
they
with
say
the
the
cart?
trees were alive or
Okay.
something? Did they say the trees were alive?
Man-eating plants.
There were some plants that had reputations for eating people. Yes.
Okay.
All right, let's we'll travel a little safer then. We'll travel safely, and we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, I don't think there's a huge rush.
Mm-hmm.
Aelin is just gonna like slap her neck as a mosquito bites her. And, the forest. It's a charming place.
Just think of those
Rickman will
boots.
grab one with his tongue.
Rickman, is that actually appetizing?
Better me bite it than it bites me.
Well, I guess I can't argue with that logic.
Sky-Raisins.
Sky-Raisins? Is that a thing? Lorraine, is that a thing?
I never heard him called that, but
Sky-Raisins. You learn something new every day. And Aelin will just look suspiciously at Vale and then Rickman. I don't think that they're called Sky-Raisins. But I can't be too sure. I've never been out here before.
She's going to try one.
Yeah, Rickman will grab another one with his tongue, but not eat it, and pull it off of his tongue and sort of offer it to
Oh.
Aelin.
Rickman! That was wonderful of you. So kind. I'm truly fine, and you've been working so hard. I think it's best if you just eat that for me as well, and then just keep up your own strength. so you can protect us for the rest of the journey.
You don't have to ask me twice. And he'll just like toss it and catch it in his mouth.
She'll just like shudder a little bit. Please let me never get to that point.
Okay, so you make your way along towards these ruins. So Lorraine and Rickman, why don't one of you give me a roll with advantage for your survival
Go
check?
for it.
See how we get there.
I rolled 2 4s.
Oh no!
So with my survival, that's an 8.
Excellent. As you're making your way, you get a little bit turned around. So you're trying to follow the river, but you see the land gets into like a sharp little drop down, right? And it seems kind of boggy. So you're like, oh, let me go up on the ridge a little bit. As you get up there, you're able to find a path where the cart can still come with you, but it's really rough, and you're having to like help it over some stuff. So it's you're being cost some time. You're also unfortunately relatively visible, and you see as you're getting the cart over some of these obstacles, you do see a group of what looks like orcs out there not far, and they definitely spy you. So they're probably 300 feet from you.
Okay, I will make sure everybody is aware of the orcs.
Lorraine turns around right as Aelin slaps another bug and then reaches out toward Rickbin to hand it to him.
And Rickman
Y'all-
will snag it.
Enough of them sky grapes or whatever. Can we pay attention here? There's
Of course.
some orcs, and they spotted us. And they ain't
But
far off.
Yeah, I see him.
That's unpleasant.
How many?
You see 4 orcs. You see 4 orcs moving towards you. They don't have weapons out, but they have weapons. Well, actually, that's not true. So 2 of them have bows, but not drawn back. 2 of them have spears or axes, and they're not looking menacing, but they are walking your way. Well, they're not looking like charging with weapons out, but they're walking your way and with purpose.
Yep, they definitely know that we're here. Are we running, fighting, talking?
No, not yet. Not yet running. Let's try talking first.
Do they
All
look
right.
like... I mean, do they look... What is my assessment of them? Do they seem
Roll me an insight.
like they could take us in a fight? Not great. That's 12.
Okay. Yeah, this looks like a warband. This looks like a scouting party for a warband. They look not super prosperous, but not like they're in terrible shape.
Okay.
You know, whether you think you could take them or not, like y'all are pretty tough, right? They don't look super fearsome. They look like run of the mill, regular, what's the right word? Like soldier type, fighting men sort of deals.
Mm.
They're not wearing heavy armor, right? Like they've got light armor or medium armor. They've got weapons. And yeah, they're not being super aggressive yet.
When they're if they're close enough to where they could hear me, I will kind of step to the front of the group, and in Orcish, gosh, I don't know what to say. I'll say, we don't want any trouble. We're just passing through.
I'll step up, like like beside her.
Okay. So the one of the as they're walking, right, there's two archers. They're all kind of spread out. There's two archers. There's an orc with a pretty sizable axe and a shield. There's another with a spear and a shield. The one with the axe, he like looks up as he's coming up the hill. He goes, "Yeah? Well, what are you doing all the way out here?"
Is he inviting us for lunch?
What's he saying?
You want to know what we're doing up here? What should
Tell him
I
it
say?
ain't any of his goddamn business.
I don't know.
No, don't say that. You'll only make him angry, surely. Or is that
Yeah.
the way they
N-
appreciate
think-
each other?
I don't think that's the best thing to do. I'll say we we are delivering some sick plague touched, and I will gesture towards our covered wagon.
For a moment, I thought you were going to gesture towards me, and I was getting ready to be sick. I'll just to verify that. I will just.
Who all speaks Orcish out of the group right now?
Nobody does. I don't
that's
think
right.
anyone does, but I'll tell him. I'll just translate under my breath.
Yeah.
I told him that we're transporting some.
Go ahead
Sick
and roll me
plague ditched.
roll me a deception check, please. Sorry to speak over you there.
That's okay. I don't think I'm good at this. Let me
doubt it.
see.
Yeah.
Can my coughing assist her in any way? Oh, I've been feeling under the weather.
I don't think I have any. No, I don't have inspiration right now.
All my teeth fell out.
I think I'm gonna throw this dice in the garbage. That was another 4, and it's a -1, so that's 3.
Oh,
So
Dice jail. Thank you.
Yeah.
okay. He goes, well, is that so? Well, is weak human sicknesses won't hurt an orc? Show us what you got. You're heading through Red Hand territory, and nobody gets through without paying taxes.
I don't know. I don't know. He
Probably
told
within
him,
about
but he
60
doesn't
feet
look.
at this point.
He looks
Sorry.
a bit mean.
What did you say, Jason?
They're within about 60 feet at this point.
are they still speaking in Orcish?
Yeah.
They're not convinced. They want us to pay.
I've been
Some
working
sorta.
on my coughing for like the last week for this.
All right, we tried. And I take out my bow.
Well, I'll just duck a little bit back. All right. Get out of the action as much as
Pull out
possible.
your bow like in a very hostile fashion, or you're just like pulling it out like in a I'm ready to do violence sort of way.
Yeah, just like I'm gonna stand up on the, up on the stirrups. You
Yeah.
know.
Okay. Anybody else? Add a little hint of menace here.
Rickman will take his axe like off his back and just hold it still with one hand, but hold it ready just to
Yeah.
show he has it brandishing.
Same, and I will whistle for Scrap to kind of go around, not like towards them, but like just kind of out, like in the direction of maybe flanking a bit.
I'm going to see all of these rough and tumble people, and she's going to get in on the action by swinging her lute down in front of her chest,
Mhm.
very menacingly.
Lorraine, why don't you give him one more chance?
I don't know. I'm not too good at negotiating, especially not with my half kinfolk.
Do they speak common or any other language, perhaps?
So
I don't know.
what you do see them doing is as you pull out weapons and stuff, they begin like spreading out and getting in cover, right? Getting getting in cover, and the guy at the front goes, "Wait, calm. This doesn't have to turn bloody.
He
It
says in common.
attacks." No, he's absolutely saying it in Orcish.
I'll continue translating to them under my breath. They don't want violence. They just want us to pay a tax. I don't know.
Well,
Kind
we
of
evade taxes, so
Kind of inclined to not pay them.
Yep, I'm inclined to do that as well.
Rickman will reach
although-
into his bag and pull out the stick that he snapped, the 2 pieces, and says, "Perhaps 2 magic items will entice them to leave us alone."
Maybe.
also,
Try it.
we don't need these rations for literally anything now. So I don't really know why we're being so protective of them at this point. If a little bit of rations that we truly don't need anywhere makes them leave us alone, isn't that worth it a little bit?
Good call, Aiden.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, offer them the rations.
I'm just saying these rations that we don't need aren't worth dying for or killing someone else for. At least that's my opinion.
It's
But,
kind of annoying bringing them around anyway.
I'll
Slowing us down.
follow your leads on this.
To be clear, you were told to bring the ox back, but only the ox.
Yeah, they're not getting the ox.
Could you tell him that? Like, you could take the rations, but we need the ox. He's
Sure.
a family, friends ox, so we can't let them down, yada yada, etc. Fill in the blanks. Make it really sound amazing.
They've got arms they can carry.
All right. I mean, they could even take the wagon if they wanted, but I guess if they took the wagon, they'd want the ox too.
Well, you
They-
don't
they
think
claim claim to be strong, right?
Yeah, they're strapping young lads. Strap
Have 'em
themselves to
prove
the wagon.
So I'll say in Orcish, y'all want some rations?
What do you got?
We
Give
got a
us-
wagon full of supplies. We don't really need it anymore. I guess we could give that to you.
That looks around at some of the other folks.
Are we
That'd
keeping
be
the ox?
that'd be fine tribute.
We got to keep the ox, though. He's a family friend.
You told them, right, that the ox is important?
I did.
Make a persuasion roll for me, please.
Oh, gosh. I'm using a different die this time. It's another 4. It's a different die. 3 different dice have rolled 4s. Oh,
It's not the
persuasion is
dice.
-1, so that's a 3.
Didn't you hear that a 4 is the new natural 20?
He looks at you. He looks at you and he goes, "I think we'll be taking the ox." And they all kind of get into cover and combat is beginning. I'm sorry.
Oh no, sorry y'all.
Jiminy crickets. All right.
What'd he say? What'd he say?
They want the ox.
I think the negotiations are hostile at this point. She'll say with her
Yeah.
back against the wagon. Getting
Give
some
me just
cover.
1 sec.
I'm gonna shoot somebody.
I'm gonna
Please,
just
fucking kill somebody.
somebody
I'm
on
just gonna kill somebody now.
the opposite team, right, Vale? Vale?
Hmm.
Gods above.
Find out.
Oh yeah. You guys are my friends.
I truly think I should just scrabble under this wagon at this point.
All right, hold
I
on.
also think it's funny that we were like, "Oh, we're taking these plague touch rations," and they're like, "What do you have to give us as tribute?" We're like, "You can have the rations."
They're like, maybe.
I'm really good at negotiating.
Yeah. No wonder the negotiations went poorly.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks a lot, Lorraine.
I'm good
Alright.
at hitting things, but
You, in the midst of combat, I'm just going to give you a business card and say, you really need to come to my classes. They'll teach you all about negotiations.
Should have taken the snacks.
All right, so we've got ourselves a little fight, getting in it with the Orc Patrol. All right, so let's go ahead and set yourselves up, and then everybody, please give me. Well, hold on. Yeah, everyone, give me an initiative.
You said there's 4 of them?
There is, yeah.
Let's see, initiative. Boom, 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 boom.
I'm really scared of Vale right now, I'll be honest. I think there might be 5 enemies at this point.
Nah, you guys are safe.
Oh, good.
You keep me clean.
Exactly. Prestidigitation is one of the best spells in the game, so like, you know,
Something, yeah.
I'd keep somebody around that could miraculously clean everything around me too.
Be
I only have
absolutely
one
life-changing
D20
as the spell
left
goes.
that's not in jail.
That's not a lot.
I have like 6.
Here,
Yeah.
I'll
Jeez,
just
it's
snail
been a
mail you
bad
some.
week for the 20s.
Mhm.
Look, there's 4 dice that have rolled poorly. 3 of them rolled a 4, and 1 of them just rolled my initiative as a 6. So those
Oh,
are
no.
in jail. So I do have 2 actually. Oop, there goes 1.
Here, I'll throw you some dice to the camera.
Right, do I have everybody? We have. I have
I'm-
Rickman, Vale.
I'm not on the initiative, but I am an 18, so I'm right behind Vale.
I'm 7.
Okay.
You're still faster. Here, I can put it. You're still faster than Rickbin, if that makes you feel better.
Don't see Lorraine for some reason. All right, there we go. 7 for Lorraine. All right, cool. Can you change? There you go. There we go. All right, so you find yourselves in combat. So you got the high ground, which is good, but the orcs now are getting ready to charge up the hill. So let's go, Vale. You are first. They all have cover, with the exception of this guy who was talking. He does not have cover.
And he has a melee weapon, correct?
Yes, he does, and a shield. He's got an axe and a shield.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try and pick off one of these archers as he's taking cover.
Okay.
Come on, lucky D20. Oh, baby. 24.
Yeah, and Vale, you ignore cover. So Vale's such a good shot that even though they're in cover, it doesn't impact him at all. So that's a hit.
Doesn't. Yeah. Ooh. 7 plus 3. 10?
10, that hits. Or sorry, 10 damage. Yeah, so your arrow sinks into one of the archers.
And can I dismount after that?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm gonna take cover behind the cart.
Okay, cool. Cool. That's Vale. Aelin.
Oh boy. The good part about rolling well is that you get to go, but the bad part is that you also have to have a plan very quickly. So Aelin is going to, as her action, actually, as her bonus action, she is going to use her bardic inspiration reversed to cause unsettling words to the leader orc, the man who was talking. And she's going to say, "Your tusks will never be long enough to cause honor in the family." And so he's going to need to take a d6 away from his next wisdom save, which is going to immediately be her casting suggestion on him. And so so I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw minus a d6.
Okay. Okay.
And then
That's a total result of a 0, actually.
oh, good. All right. Even
I think
better.
he fails.
And I'm going to say,
Strip.
I need you to tackle your teammates, your fellow orcs. And then I'm going to hide behind the wagon.
Right. Oh, just gonna
And
look
that's
over
the end of my
suggestion.
I can't
Oh,
have them like harm
That can
themselves.
hear and understand you.
They don't
Yeah.
speak common at all. They're pure orc.
Does he speak common? Does he speak common? Yeah, alright, fine. Alright. We'll go ahead and say he speaks common.
Okay.
Alright, so you
So-
want him to tackle one of his companions?
Yes, trip him up, tackle him, roll around in the mud and do orc things. I don't know. Have fun.
Rough house.
Exactly.
Alright, so he steps down. He grabs his shield, and he just shoves him with his shield. I
like to cause chaos.
Yeah,
on the
and he
front
just
line.
knocks him. He just knocks him right over. So this guy gets knocked down. But then he turns 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and starts coming up the hill towards y'all. All right, so this guy just got knocked over, so he's gonna stand up, and he's gonna shoot an arrow at Vale. So Vale does a 12 hit.
Sorry, it does not.
Not excellent. All right, so he
Sinks
missed.
into the wagon.
So yeah, an arrow goes flying up, knocks into the wagon beside you, but otherwise does no particular harm. The other guy also comes charging up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Lorraine coming for you with the spear. All right, so we've got 20 hit.
Yes.
All right. So you take 5 piercing damage as the spear thuds into you and cuts you as he comes up. Right. I guess I should keep telling you what they're all doing because they all got initiative that was like right in a row. All right, and the last guy is going to shoot another arrow, this time at Vale also. So Vale, that's a 20 to hit.
It gets it.
All right, 7 piercing damage as the arrow sinks into you, passing through your armor. Lorraine, you're up.
So, there's this guy right in front of me. I am going to... I'm going to just say, you really should have taken them rations. And I'm gonna attack him with my axe. Golly.
4s?
No, it's a
All
5.
4s? Hey!
For 9 to hit.
Yeah,
The
that
dice
does
have
not hit.
betrayed you tonight.
Yeah,
This
they're
one's
just getting all
going
the
in
bad
jail.
rolls out. They're getting the bad rolls out early is what's happening.
These are the ones that you sent me, Jason.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I've got one left that's not in jail. So I'm guessing that didn't hit my and that's all I can do for me, but for Scrap, let's see. She's going to run up and get right next to this guy that I just attacked. And she's going to jump up and attack.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
That's much better. That is a 17
Okay,
to hit.
17 hits.
And that is, let's see, damage is 10 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah. So Scrap's claws and fangs rake across this guy and really get him. Like, so as he's got the spear in you, Scrap comes in, is biting him in the side, delivers a terrible wound, but he's still up.
Okay, that's
Scrap
our
for
turn.
MVP.
I know.
All right, Rickbin.
Rickbin, seeing Lorraine attacked, is going to try to attack that one with his great axe. Does a 9 hit?
It does not, no.
So he takes a wild swing, but doesn't manage to connect. And then we'll say, I didn't quite fill up on those Sky-Raisins, and I'm going to use Hungry Jaws at the orc.
Hungry Jaws.
There's a 23 hit.
A 23 absolutely hits, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was hungry for 5.
Finally.
Yeah.
All right, you wanna tell me how you finish this orc's life?
So I swing my axe, and he manages to duck out of the way, but as he moves, he leaves his neck exposed, and Rickman just turns and bites and just gets a really meaty chunk out of his neck and just starts chomping it and turns towards the other orcs.
Yikes. All right, fearsome.
The image of this feral lizard folk creature just like tearing out their neck. Terrifying.
Yeah, so end of first round, right? Like we've exchanged some arrow fire. The Aelin, you used your magic to convince one of the orcs to go knock over his pal, and then the orcs have also rushed you, right? So 2 of the orcs have rushed you, 2 of the orcs have stayed back and kept shooting from cover. Yeah, and that's where we find ourselves again with Vale.
I'm going to knock another arrow and take another shot at that fellow. Who is
That same archer that's down there.
same guy. 16?
16 hits.
Yes, baby. Oh no. Let me see here. That was an 11.
11 points of damage. Yeah, so he's popping up. So he shoots, you shoot him. He pops up, and he's just got his bow drawn. Your arrow takes him right in the eye. His shot goes high and wild, and he drops down very much dead.
Yes. Clean that jerk up. And I am going to use an action surge. Not an action surge. And I'm going to shoot at this one directly in front of me.
The one climbing up the hill.
Yeah. Oh, actually. Yeah. He's climbing up the hill. Oh, yeah, that hits. 22
That's a hit.
to hit. 7 and 10 damage.
Okay. So he does not go down, but the arrow takes him solidly in his thigh, and he falls to one knee. Right.
You should have
Aelin.
taken the snacks.
And not me, though I am a snack. Aelin is going to just target the one. She's peeking out from behind the axle of the wagon and just going to strum on her lute a little bit as she targets the one right in front of Vale, and she's going to say, your tusks are so stubby, I bet you can't even eat meat properly. And she's going to cast Vicious Mockery. So I need a Wisdom DC of 14 save.
All right. Yeah, roll me some damage.
2
Nice.
psychic damage, and his next attack is at disadvantage.
Yeah. He reaches. He drops his axe and he reaches out and he touches his tusks. Right. You can see his face like just lined with horror. Then like blood starts running down his nose, and he
Oh, no.
falls over. He just falls over dead. Like
Taking out my Vicious Mockery. Take my class, remember.
yeah,
Tell your
great. So
friends.
the one remaining orc looks at all this and begins absolutely just bolting, right? Like he is running for his life. Okay,
After seeing someone get insulted to death.
Lorraine.
So he's pretty far away.
So he's run, yeah, so he's about, let's see, he's about 30 feet from you, 30-ish, and he's just run like dead on through the woods, bolting away. And he's pretty fleet. Like he's moving well and running downhill.
I'm gonna try and go after him. How far can I go? Let's see.
You can go
I can only
60
go.
feet. Oh yeah.
Okay.
So if you use your action surge, or if you use your action and like if you run and use an action to dash,
To dash.
you'll be able to stay 35 feet behind him. So what we're gonna do is we'll swap into a chase if y'all are gonna chase him like that.
I kind of feel like we have to chase him because he might go tell his pals.
I think I can
So-
get one shot off, right, at this distance?
You can probably get a couple actually. So Vale, let's see.
But let's go in order. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Lorraine, then Rickman.
What we can do before we hop into a proper chase, Vale, I'll give you 2 shots at this guy while the rest of you chase him. And if you take him out with 2 shots, we won't do the rest of the chase. So the plan is to chase him, correct?
Yeah.
With the exception of Vale, who's going to be standing there and shooting.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to get 2 straight shots on this guy. And if you can kill him, there'll be no chase.
14?
A 14 hits, yeah.
Ooh.
That's not very good. 4 damage for the first
Okay.
one. 17?
The hit.
Nine.
He is still running. All right, so we're going to hop into a chase. So we have Lorraine and Rickman. Y'all are chasing this guy?
Yes.
All right. So
Might I suggest a horse? She'll say. Aelin will say, as she doesn't really know how to help them do that, but
Oh, you are mounted, aren't you? Lorraine, you're still mounted, right?
I didn't think that I was, but
You didn't say you dismounted.
I
You
just
never-
kind of
you never
forgot that I was on
dismounted.
a horse, so I guess I am still mounted. I just forgot that we were
All right.
on horseback.
All right. I'll let you run him down. You're on horseback. You're going to be able to ride him down. Like he's not going to be able to get away. Right?
He's also injured.
Between Vale shooting him full of fucking air. Like he makes it a good distance, but he does not make it all the way.
Just gonna run up, and with my axe, I'm just gonna cut
oh
him
my
down.
gosh, he's chasing him down.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, well.
Meanwhile, Aelin, I definitely said Aelin was like hunkered down by the wagon. So she's trying to get on her horse, and the horse is just circling her as she's like hopping on one leg. And she's like, nope, nope, you've got to stay. We've got to be doing this. Stop, stop.
It's all right, love. I think they got it.
Oh, that's thank gods, because this situation is not going well. Please don't tell anyone.
Would you
Help
stop
me on my horse.
mucking about with that horse?
I'm trying to get on the horse, but the horse has other ideas.
Rickman looks over after Aelin gets on the horse, and he's still like chewing the last little bits of the orc, and just says, "You know, when you said you were a snack, I started to get hungry, but
Oh,
when I saw what you said about that poor man's tusks, I'm not sure I should." And he starts to like get a little self-conscious and cover his teeth as he's finishes chewing.
well, Rickman, first of all, I will never encourage anyone in regards to me being a snack again, because I truly think that one day you might just eat me, and I really would like to discourage that. But secondly, your tusks are fine, darling.
Thanks.
Unless you find someone with a little bit better tusks, and then you might be feeling a little sad.
Aye.
You know what really damages your tusks is bug intestines. It's a corrosive material, and it really just... they'll disappear eventually.
Oh, I should drain the bugs before I eat them. Raisins, yes, like
exactly.
a raisin.
Exactly. You have to let them wrinkle and harden before you eat them. It can take days to bring that about.
I should probably marinate them in something and see if that can neutralize. When we get to town, I will talk with an alchemist.
So Aylin's face goes from like smug, like I've gotten Rickbin, to slightly horrified in like 2 seconds. Oh.
In the meantime, Lorraine is searching the bodies.
And nothing
Meanwhile-
particularly interesting. So they've got a small assortment of coins. There's it's 12 silver and 8 copper between the whole lot of them. So not a ton. There's some personal possessions, some jewelry. These are clearly folks that live in the wilderness, right? Like they don't have a lot of good stuff.
If there is a war band nearby, I think we should get out of here real quick.
I agree. They
Aye.
might be close.
Luckily, we did that without making a sound.
Well,
Well, with the exception of a few insults.
listen, I can't allow myself to get rusty. You know, once I get back to Rexitrum and resume my classes, then I have to be ready. You know, I can't let myself get rusty with
Oh,
that.
I'm not complaining at
Oh,
all.
they were good. That last one especially. You see that blood coming out of his eye? He
Yes,
just
I'm-
died.
And she'll like do a little jab with her hands, just like, I'm quite deadly.
Yeah, you mentally crushed that fella.
Exactly. The mental fortitude, right? Your muscles can be as big as you want, but if your mental fortitude isn't as equally muscular, you're in for a world of hurt. Just saying. So exercise your minds. Join my classes.
Maybe after we check out the
Yes,
monastery, the temple.
of course, you're right. But we can do both, right? Can't you multitask?
Sure, maybe it'll be a good venue for the class.
Wonderful. Can you help me on my horse, by chance?
Sure, I'll just hoist her up.
Oh, gods above. I forgot that you do that. Thank you. And she'll settle into her horse's saddle.
You
Okay.
should have told them that they should have taken the snacks.
Then they would have carted me off, and then where would I be?
No, the rations.
I know I was just messing with you a little bit. Every once in a while I like to do that. Alright, off to the monastery or the temple or the chapel.
Treasure.
Holy place.
Unfortunately, because you had such a tough time getting the wagon through here, you're not going to make it by nightfall. So you're going to have to camp. You're going to have to camp in the deep, dark woods. all on your own.
Well, that sounds
Mhm.
unpleasant.
So let's have Rickman. So you set up camp. Rickman, can you roll me a d12, please?
Sure.
Uh-oh.
2.
Excellent.
No.
Oh, no.
Is it excellent or is it excellent?
2 always equals excellence.
Exactly. So you set up camp. You've got a decent spot that you found, and you go get ready to spend the night. Right? Can I get first and second watches?
I'll take first.
Okay.
I'll take first as well.
All right, second it is. Rickbin, she'll say a little bit alarmed.
He just yawns and says, first nap. And we'll settle into his bedroll.
Yeah, both of you catch up on your beauty sleep, yeah?
All right.
Yes, one doesn't look this glamorous without getting plenty of beauty sleep every night.
So first watch, Aelin, Rickman, you tuck in for the night. And you tuck in for the night, and y'all get ready to you go to sleep. Got the little fire going, or are y'all doing a fire? Or are we doing no fire?
I don't think a fire would be a good idea.
Well,
It-
yeah, if we're still like maybe in the territory of those other baddies, maybe we wouldn't have a fire. Just so we don't attract attention.
Okay, fair enough. So Lorraine and Vale, can I get a perception check, please? One for each of you, ideally.
Natural 20.
Okay, I got an 8.
Nice. You don't notice anything during your watch.
Excellent.
Wasted.
All right. But you got the bad rolls out early, so that's good.
Oh, keep this die around.
Mhm.
All right. The watch shifts over. Aelin and Rickben.
Nice.
Do I... Okay. Are we both rolling? Or...
That would be ideal.
Okay. That is a something.
14. Oh, yeah,
14, 14 as well for me.
Okay.
What
Yeah.
do our snake eyes see?
Yeah, your evening passes uneventfully. Sorry. Yeah, your evening passes
Gosh.
uneventfully. Gotta do it on occasion, guys. I'm
You
sorry.
keep us on our toes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aelin, during their watch, she'll be sitting there in the dark with a blanket around her, and she'll just kind of like roll her head and look over at Rickman, and she'll say, "You don't actually plan on eating us one day, right? Like that's a bit that you're doing. It's a joke."
Yes, as long as you don't try to eat me, I will not try to eat you. I promise that much.
Rickman, I don't know what you think of me, but I leave my pharaoh side behind, or I don't know where. It's not there. I don't have a pharaoh side.
I've seen you get rather agitated. Maybe not hungry, but agitation leads to hunger eventually.
That's why I keep regular rations around, darling. For
Yes.
those particular situations when I get the urge to gnaw on something, then I just gnaw on an apple. You know, you should try it sometime.
Occasionally you do find a worm, so they can be okay.
Is
You
that
should
some
be-
sort
you
of
should-
metaphor?
You should be more worried about her fashion sense.
Wait, I hear a voice like, I wonder if he's still up. He should
He
be
said
sleeping.
from his sleeping bag.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was
know-
leaving.
Did you know that Vale talks in his sleep? As I feel like we could capitalize on that.
Occasionally he screams. It's quite comforting, the white noise.
The white noise, Rickman. That's distressing. Screams are like white noise to you. It's just background music.
Not always, but the tone he gets, the terror of I don't know what, the mystery behind it, it's soothing.
What was your home like growing up? Because I feel like it was distressing.
Oh, it was wonderful. The games we would play, like eat the squirrel or eat the rat or eat the well, you get it. It depends on what was around, and we'd chase it down. And the first one that got it got to eat it, and I was pretty good.
Your games were just eating, chasing down live creatures and eating them.
Well, yeah, I mean the young ones they don't start with live creatures, but you get the hang of it.
Rickman, have you ever, I don't know, played a game of ball or played cards, chess, anything like that?
No, I don't believe I've tasted any of those. What do they look like?
It's not to eat, it's to play. You understand, right, what playing is?
Of course, and just nods, but clearly has no idea what you're talking about. Like, yeah, oh, that, yeah. Jeez, yes, chess, yes, yeah, love it. And cards, delicious. I mean, fun.
It's pronounced cards. It's not shards, it's cards. All right, Rickman. I understand that you can't see tonight, and we're supposed to be on watch and paying attention, but next time that we're in a situation where we can both see what's going on, I'll teach you how to play cards. How does that sound? Don't eat them, all right? No eating the cards.
I think that sounds interesting. And
Yes.
just as you've left your feral side behind, as you say, perhaps I could learn a more civilized side with cards.
Are you
and-
interested in getting a civilized side?
I have enjoyed my cloak being clean that Lorraine lent me, if you wouldn't mind
Of course.
patching
I'll
it up again.
reach out and press a digitation. If you stick with me, Rickman, I will show you how nice the world can be.
It's
Instead
much
of
warmer without the holes that I typically have on a cloak. I can say that the finer things may have some advantages.
And food tastes so much better when you allow it to be cooked and seasoned properly. I promise. All in due time, though, one step at a time. You know, warm cloak, that's a good first step into the civilized world.
Thank you. And he's gonna take a stick that has some ants crawling on it, and he kind of squishes the little ants and says, "And I'll make sure to dry these out in the sun before I eat them." Kind of sets them on a rock.
Very nutritious and filling. Should I just say she scoots a little bit further from him in his ant collection.
Nice. Very, very classy. I like it. Okay, so everyone is able to complete your long rest in relative peace. Everyone but the ants. They don't get any more rests.
I'll
Yeah.
read them their last rites before Rickman eats them.
Okay, so it's morning. Y'all can get back on the trail headed towards the temple.
Do you think ants would enjoy a funeral?
I don't believe so. I think that their loyalty is to their queen, who is a living and not a spiritual being, and therefore their last rites are more mortal than something above.
She'll just look at him. It was a joke, Rickman. It never mind. I'll just get on my horse.
I like it. That was pretty deep. Rickman, go ahead and take an inspiration. And philosophy. Yeah.
He suddenly has a monocle and he's just sipping tea with his little pinky finger up. When did that happen?
All right. So you're able to make it finally to your destination. So let's talk about the scene a little bit. So you see the woods are pretty heavy, but ahead of you is a clearing. it's not like super clear, right? There's still some trees and tall grasses and things. But you can see a walled compound ahead of you. The walls are mostly like they're old stone walls that look really decrepit and torn down. There are old like turrets, like so there's a wall with 4 turrets, one at each corner. Only one of the turrets is still intact. Only one of the turrets is still intact, and you can see a figure on it. You can see inside the walls, the relatively low wall above it, you can see a wall or a roof structure, like those old, like actually, like you see in Arizona, that like clay tile sort of roof. So it's got that kind of roofing, and it looks like a big old church. And there's a bell tower in the center.
The figure that we saw, is it a statue or does it look
No,
alive?
it looks like there's somebody on watch moving around this tower. So you're coming at it from the north. You're coming at it from the north, so you can see what looks like a gatehouse in the front. A gatehouse in the front. The guard on watch, or the person on watch, is nearest you, or is in the corner nearest you, and the building is behind it. And actually, with that, we're going to take a quick 10-minute break and return. Okay.
Sounds
Woo.
good.
Nice.
All right.
See you, folks.
Ciao.
Okay, and we are back from break. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. We're gonna hop right back in. It's a little reminder what happened before we left. Sorry about the wolf howling. I've got my wolf. He's ridiculous. But what happened before we left is our heroes had, tried to go get up on this site that they're going to, this shrine, temple, whatever. I really need to pick one word for it. This location. And along the way, they ran into a patrol of orcs who tried to collect some money in them from taxes or some whatever stuff from them, and it didn't work out very well for anybody. And now the orcs are all dead, and our heroes have spent the night and made their way finally to this site. They found this old, very decrepit, decaying walled compound. You've got ivy growing up everything. You've got lots of vegetation in the fields around it. It looks like it was once a little stronghold or whatever, and it is now very much just a ruin. However, they have noticed that there is a guard watching in one of the turrets, the only still functional turret, above the wall. And so, with that, we return to our heroes.
I think I need to make a song like the orcs wanted to be fed, didn't work out, now they're dead. Like, I feel like that's going to be a new Aelin song in the future. Right. Maybe like a rap genre.
Right. I was going to say, it feels like we've got a freestyle rap coming on.
I'm pulling out the ukulele for that one for sure.
Good. Yeah.
Who's that in the turret?
Exactly. I like your... We should probably be serious. Who actually is that in the turret? Can anyone see?
Can we tell, or does it, I mean, how far away are we, basically? How...
So you're at the tree line about 100 feet from the wall.
Can I tell what race this person is? Is it like a human?
Yeah, roll me a perception. 100 feet. Yeah. 100 feet. It looks like one of those orcs. Very similar to what you saw before.
Okay, my perception was 11, so.
Yeah, it's an orc.
Okay.
Should we sneak up there?
Are we hidden?
Vale, do you think that you and I could take care of him from afar?
Well, I mean, I'm always up for the challenge. Yeah, absolutely.
I have to be around 60 feet.
For what?
You know when I get all spooky and there's whispers all over?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that. And I would assume that you'd shoot. Or
right.
bow.
Right. Yeah, I could do that. If we want to maintain silence, be quiet.
Maybe we leave the horses and the wagon and stuff behind.
Yeah.
We get a little bit closer. Try to be quiet.
I mean, we don't know what's in there, right? We take that fella out, and we don't know what could come out those doors.
Right. Maybe we should scout a bit first.
Yeah. If we can.
Yeah, getting closer seems like it would aid all of us.
So while it isn't well cleared, the ground between the edge of the woods and the castle wall certainly was cleared at one point. So there are bushes and things that you could hide in. There are some little trees. There's tall grass. That being said, whoever's up in that tower likely has a good vantage point, especially if you come at it from the front, right? So you're moving south. You're coming from the north. That being said, you could likely circle around this compound and come at it from a different angle, and that person in the tower would have much more trouble seeing you.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest that maybe we follow the tree line and just scope around from further back before we get any closer, but definitely leave the horses and the wagon a little bit further back.
Yeah, like just in the tree line.
Yeah, no problem. So as you circle around the encampment, right? As you come to the west side of the place, so you start kind of going around counterclockwise. So you come to the west side. The wall is almost entirely demolished. Like there's rubble, but there's not much in there. You do, however, see um, some campfires or some fires in there, and you see a large figure, a really large figure, hulking brute of a thing, just sitting down by a campfire, doing nothing. It looks like an ogre. You're pretty sure it's an ogre, sitting down. You can see some orcs up on the other side of the building from it. It's just kind of sitting by itself. And yeah, that's that little compound. So orcs and an ogre for sure in there.
Well, we'll have to take on that big fella.
I do happen to speak ogre, so
You want to talk to it?
I don't know if that's a good idea, but if it does come to it, I can. I know a bit about them.
Have you talked to them before?
Yeah, I have. Ain't too nice, but
Knowing what you know about orcs and ogres, right? Like it's likely that if you've got orcs and ogres working together, you've got a fairly strong leader that's binding them together, right? Could be an orc, or could be an ogre, could be a very strong orc, something like that. But something is keeping this group together, even though you can tell they're not, or you don't see them hanging out and having fun. Like something would be binding all these folks there in a group, based
They would
on
be
your
playing
knowledge of their
cards
cultures.
together, or chess, perhaps. I'm very effective against those of lesser mental capacity. Not to judge, but ogres usually don't exercise the mind. I could potentially charm him for a certain amount of time while we take out the other ones.
well, you know how my negotiating skills went last time, so maybe I'll leave it up to you.
It's a new you today. Perhaps it's going to be a better chance. But regardless, I could try to charm them to
If you need
stay
any-
out of the fight, at the very least.
If you need any translating, I can do that, but
I don't know how translating magic works. But the spell that I'm thinking of, they just need to hear me. They don't need to understand me.
so do we get a sense for how many there are?
Yes, you can see from where you're at here, just looking in. You can see one campfire where you can't really get a sense of how many folks are over there. It's obscured by the building. You see 3 orcs and an ogre, obviously on this side of the courtyard. If you take the time to do y'all want to do a full tour of the place, a full circuit of the place?
So I have a question,
Yeah.
and I don't know if this applies here, but orcs and ogres are 2 of my favorite enemies. So I do have advantage on, it says survival checks to track them, but I don't know if that would apply here in trying
Found
to
them.
get. Yeah, there they are.
But yeah, so as you're looking, you absolutely get tracks, right? So there are folks coming in and out of this place, and you can see that there are a couple trails that seem particularly well used. It looks like something off to the south is very well used, and in fact, as you're looking at it, there is the land slopes down to a little river to the south, right? So it makes sense that they're going back out there for water and stuff. You get the sense that there's somewhere between 8 and a dozen creatures that live here all the time. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less.
Well, there's quite a few of them, maybe up to 12. Maybe more, maybe less, but looks like they use this path here down to the river quite often.
Also,
know,
just to
maybe.
put this together for you, right? Because you know a lot about orcs, right? It seems probable that that group that you fought, right? Like this would be where they were based out of.
Well, I don't know what the best course of action is to do here. Maybe we lie in wait. Maybe we could ambush some if we wait by this pathway here down to the river. Could be an idea. Take out at least a few of them, give us a better fighting chance than attacking them in their stronghold, as they are. We may have killed 4 of them already, because it looks like the ones that we fought were from here, so...
Should we continue our perimeter and then maybe wait down by the water for them to come by? I like that idea.
Could be a good idea.
As you circle around the place, you also get the sense that if you were to come at the building from the south, it would be really hard for you to be seen.
South it is, if we were going to do that.
I think the element of surprise with the ambush by the water is a wise plan. Sounds safer.
We got to do it quietly.
Yeah.
I can be quiet when I need to.
I suppose at the very least, if they do notice that we're out here, I don't know. Maybe we'd best try to be quiet. And if they do notice, then maybe we'll have killed a few of them. But we could give it a go.
Yeah, I think Vale, if we're doing this plan down by the water, Vale's going to attempt to climb a tree and hunker down in there, get a good vantage point where you can see the back of the stronghold and the water and the path.
Okay, so to the south, you've got the land begins to slope downwards towards this river, right? So there is some vegetation, right? But again, not within 100 feet of the wall. Some bigger trees, not within 100 feet of the wall. So you're going to be at least that far, if not further. And it doesn't get dense.
That's perfect, actually.
It doesn't get dense until probably about 150 feet. So you don't get to like real good to hide up in a tree spots. That being said, hiding on the ground is definitely doable, but because the land is sloping down, you're not going to be able to see as well up into the compound.
So if we lay an ambush just at the bottom of the hill, we have one person at the top of the hill who could, like, with hand signals, gesture as to who's coming, if someone is going to come down, to the rest of them. Be like, 3! And then there's an ambush down there and a lookout. It's basically how I see it. And then we wait, like, what, all day? I mean,
I was gonna ask, what time of day is it? Is it midday or?
It's relatively early, so again, around 10 or so in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've been traveling since sunup.
Okay. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we could deliver them some salted peanuts.
All right, so you're gonna wait.
Seriously.
You're gonna wait on the trail towards where they go to get water to ambush whatever water carrier comes out. All right, who's gonna be your watcher and who are your ambushers?
I could be a good watcher because I could also ambush from my watching position.
You have a
Pretty
little
good
bit more
stealthy.
range. Yes.
Yeah. I could lie in wait. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Hide in the
Sounds
brush.
Hey,
If I do this, it means there's one coming. If I do this, it means there's two coming.
Let me guess. This means that 3 are coming.
That's right.
This is 4. All right. Got it.
Yeah. Oh, you know.
Do you know how many ticks reside in the grasses? Do I really have to get down there?
Oh,
I'm
you'll be
counting.
fine.
Give me one moment, I'll let you know. But we'll have rations for days by the time I'm done.
Tick
No,
sounds more like
Rickman.
raisins of the ground.
Oh, gods. Raisins of
raisins.
the ground. That sounds dreadful.
All right.
What does
so
that look,
Lorraine,
regular raisins?
using your expertise and your understanding of the lay of the land, you can set up a pretty good ambush site. So what I want is Rickman, Aelin, and Lorraine for each of you to roll me a stealth check.
I'm nervous.
I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to Rickman.
I already rolled. I got a 9.
But now you get a +6 if you would so choose.
Okay. If it's still okay that I
no,
do that.
plus a D6. I'm
D6,
sorry.
yeah.
Yes.
Bumping it
Oh,
up to a 10.
That's a dirty 20 for Aelin. Oh, bumping it up to a 10. You rolled a 1. Oh, gods.
It's
Lorraine?
18 for me.
Okay. Vale?
$16.
Okay. So Vale, after about an hour, you do see someone come out of that the backside of the temple. There is one orc walking down. He's got a pack, like a big sack with him, and he's just walking down towards the water.
I'm going to prep a crossbow coral for when he comes into range.
I do a bird sound. And then go.
All right. Laying in wait, you see a figure begin walking down the path towards the water. You know, it's an orc. It's just having like a perfectly fine normal day, going to get water. Scrumbling a little bit, man. What the fuck do I gotta be the one that gets the water? You know, like Sheen's out here picking his nose, and I'm carrying water. This sucks.
Is he like rapping a beat like the orcs wanted to be fed, didn't work out, now they're all dead while he walks, or like what's going on here?
No, but that I should have done that. Like I'm
All right.
embarrassed now that I didn't think.
Well, you know, if you took Aelin's classes.
Yeah, he's working on his beats. No, he's just grumbling. He's just
All right.
just complaining. Although
He's not an artist. Understandable.
no,
Maybe he's more into poetry, you know?
yeah, slam poetry.
It rhymes, so it would work for poetry if you just said it out loud too. It's multi-purpose.
He's more of a romantic at heart,
Fucking
you know?
ogre. Why didn't they send him over? You know,
Oh!
do these chores.
Oh.
You know.
We're gonna have a
Instead, I
rap
gotta
battle
hear his
here
loud
soon.
ass snores. Yep, no, it's yeah.
Oh!
I feel like
Nice.
maybe I'm changing careers, but
Take an inspiration.
thank you. Yeah, I will. I'll give my enemies advantage on you all one time. So,
No.
okay. So you get down there. You're laying in ambush, and he begins. He puts the sack down, pulls out a water skin, starts filling it up, closes it up, fills it up the next one, and he's just getting to work on filling up water. He is oblivious.
I don't know. We must have a signal, right?
We
I'm gonna attempt to make the bird noise
okay.
back.
Are y'all
How
are y'all
close?
jumping him?
Yeah, I would like to, but how close are we to him?
You're all within 30 feet, so you scattered it a little bit. Like, you had a sense of where they probably go, because there's a good spot to fill things up. So you're all within 30 feet.
Yeah, we'll jump him.
I'm going to take a shot.
Same.
Okay.
Take the shot.
So, Vale, you're not going to be able to coordinate with them, right? As they...
Yeah, I'm going to see them when they start attacking. I'm going to try and put one in his back.
So y'all are just going to rush up from surprise and chop them apart with your axes?
Yep.
I was actually gonna like try to grab him without killing him at first, just to like.
Okay, do y'all want to talk about how you plan to do this ambush real quick, and then execute?
Maybe. Probably should have done that
Well,
before
we'll roll back in time a little bit.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Are y'all? Did you? Or I guess let me ask. Did you talk about it, or was it just like a kind of a thing that y'all were just like, fuck it, let's just do it?
I think Lorraine would have had the idea to like, you know, if we can grab him and maybe get some information out of him about who all's in there. I mean, we could just, it could be beneficial to take him alive at first. Well, we don't have to keep him alive, but you know.
I absolutely know it is going to help us in this situation. And she's going to
Okay.
reach into her pack and take out a little like face paint, and she's going to go up to Lorraine and just give her like some face paint. Now you look fierce.
Oh,
Scary.
okay.
You know.
I think any chance they get to yell out for help might be bad.
True, but maybe if we just kill him, or if we shoot him, they could yell out for help as they're dying too.
Oh, yeah.
I would assume less of a chance of them choking on their own blood.
True. Well, we could just kill him dead if that's what you think is best.
It's hard to call for help when their head is cut in half.
Okay.
He's not wrong.
I was thinking too, maybe I could take this person's clothes and, like, you know, do a little bit of a sneak in. You know, I'm sure I wouldn't, you know, pass as one of them for too long, but maybe and long enough to just get in and get the surprise.
And then what? You'd be
I
in there all alone.
No, y'all would be coming right behind me.
What about if you pretended that we were your prisoners, and then we, you know, suddenly are not in restraints and we shoot them with our arrows?
See, that's why we have you with us. You are
Oh, well.
so smart.
Stop it. I try sometimes.
That's a good plan. I don't know what the rest of y'all think, but it sounds pretty smart to me.
If you put the hood, you know, up and just spoke lowly and gruffly in Orc, what are the chances that you'll be able to deceive them?
Well, you know I'm not too good at being deceitful, but
Yeah,
Well, we
I
can't all be perfect.
about that.
Just for context, you do have, if you do approach from the south, you do have a pretty solid way to get up there without being seen. So if your goal is just to launch a surprise attack, coming at it from the south after ambushing this guy would leave y'all in a good place to get the jump on whoever you're going after. Not, I love elaborate schemes as much as the next guy, so I'm not trying to dissuade you all. But that particular thing you're trying to accomplish, you could likely accomplish just by, you know, walking up relatively quietly.
I say we lop the head off the first bloke that comes down to the water. The other folks that come out looking for him, we lop their heads off. And we keep going. And
Until all the heads are
Bob's your
gone.
yeah, Bob's your uncle.
I don't have an Uncle Bob, though. Is it all
Well-
right if I have an Uncle Timothy?
Yeah, Timothy's your uncle.
Yes,
Timothy?
exactly.
From the story?
Oh, I forgot all about that. Oh boy.
Uncle to us all. That is what we called him.
Well, the story gets more elaborate every time you tell it.
It is a saga.
That's what I understand, yes.
But
All
the
right.
idea of using each one progressively as bait is quite enticing.
Yeah.
That's a good plan, too. We just
Perhaps.
wait out here the whole time and they just keep coming to us and then we kill them as they come out?
Yeah, perhaps when we lop the head off, we could prop up the body as if he's lying, like, face down in the water or something, and they think that maybe he tripped, hit his head, and then they come investigate, and then we jump up.
Yeah. It all depends on the condition of the body.
Well, if we lop the head off, we just put the neck, submerge it in water, and then they won't tell that he doesn't have a head until they're nearby.
Who's doing the lopping?
Not me.
Well, the ones with the axes.
I could lop.
Try to do it cleanly.
Rickman's a good
Don't,
lopper.
don't just chew his head off, please.
Aye.
All right.
Okay.
Promise?
Promise.
You can nibble on the head, I guess, after it's lopped.
Yeah. Well, yum. I'm very hungry now.
Oh, lop, no slop, and just licks his lips.
Ew.
Oh, well, Rickman, you've been paying attention to my classes.
Aye.
That's what a very civilized person would do.
Okay, so we're now back to this guy's come down the trail. I've just decided to gloss over some of this. The guy's coming down the trail, and you are there in ambush. Lorraine and Rickman, you're within reasonable distance. Do you want to rush out and just start axing this guy? So why don't you two just roll me your attack rolls?
I would like to make a crossbow attack as
Sure.
well.
You'll start with the crossbow. So 3 of you go ahead and give me your attack rolls, and if he survives this, then we'll see about rolling initiative.
19 to hit.
21 total.
Okay, yeah, those all hit.
14.
Okay, yeah, you all hit. So he's just sitting there like crouched, filling up water, like, oh man.
I do
12.
6 points of piercing damage.
10 slashing.
Okay, so
Slashing.
okay, great. So he's sitting there, filling up his water. The crossbow bolt takes him back. He's like, ah! And as he's getting ready to cry out more, Rickman and Lorraine come up, just chop into this guy like he's a lump of wood. And
Lopping,
yeah,
not chopping.
I'm gonna call you Cindy.
he is.
As Rickman lops, he's going to start rapping and just say, always lop, never stop, 'cause I rise to the top, and then I chew, never spew, was I'm here with my crew, nothing new, we killed you.
Yeah, take inspiration.
Now
Obviously,
who's the
right?
bard?
Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Aw, that's amazing.
That's good. That's too
Aelin
good.
will. So Rickman, if he turns around, Aelin will just be there with her mouth like jaw dropped, and then she'll just drop the crossbow.
Civilized.
That was stellar performance. I would give you an encore. But I picked the crossbow back up.
We're trying to keep this quiet, folks.
All right.
We
So
always have time for a rap battle. All right.
That was very well done, though.
yeah, you've hacked him apart with your axes, and you've got this very dead orc with a bunch of water skins. Like he has a bag full of water skins. He's filled up like 3, and now is very much dead. What do y'all? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Aelin is gonna bump Rickman, and she's going to say, "Always hack. Don't go back. When they come, we want to snack."
Aye.
All right.
Yeah, leave the water skins there. Get rid of the body, and let's wait for the next one.
Should we leave the body? Because if we leave the body, then they'll see it and maybe they'll get suspicious.
just want to pause. Vale, you're going to be up in the tree, right? Over closer to the thing. So you're still a good distance from this.
Okay. You're saying I can't tell them anything.
Negative.
Oh, okay.
Unless you're coming down from the tree to participate in the planning, but then you're not watching the.
Yeah, no, I'm watching. I'm watching.
So I don't know about leaving the body. Maybe we just drag it over into the bushes.
Aye.
All right.
Yeah, just kind of drag it and hide it. Not well, but just in some bushes nearby, off the path.
Aelin, if you want to use your gifts, you can certainly between the three of you, you can get rid of the blood, or at least the obvious
yes.
signs of blood.
Prestidigitation all over the place. Make it look very clean.
All right, so you're gonna leave the water skins and wait for somebody else to wander down.
We're in this for the long haul.
All right, so you do see Vale. You do see two figures come out after about an hour. Come out the back. They're talking to each other. They're saying something else, but they're again speaking in Orcish. But you see two additional orcs come down and are walking towards the river. They don't look particularly suspicious, but they are just walking. All right, give me your new perception or your new stealth checks, everybody. And roll them with advantage because Lorraine's sitting there helping you get set up.
Oh, thank God for the
Oh yeah, advantage. Good job.
19.
19
for me. Oh my
We
God.
all got 19. That's amazing.
16. I got a 16.
Oh. Just flip that 6 upside down, and then you'll be part of the gang.
All right, so you've got these two orcs. One's carrying, a really big, heavy-looking axe. The other is carrying the other's carrying a bow and arrow. And they're walking. They're not looking particularly armed, Vale, or they're not looking particularly suspicious. They're just chatting. And as they get down to the point where they can see the thing, as they see just the water skins left there, and I guess now the rest of y'all can probably see this. They were walking down. There's a bit of a slope. They look curiously at each other, and they walk down in. They're in your ambush site at this point, and they're beginning to investigate. One of them crouches down and looks at the water skins and looks around, and they begin actively searching. They do look. Well, they're getting ready to look suspicious, but y'all can go ahead and launch your ambush on them.
Let's get some Cyndi Lauper on them.
Are we going?
I think when Vale had indicated 2, Aelin would have just said, "Leave the one on the left to me."
So I don't think y'all are going to be in a position to talk if you're waiting in ambush, just to be candid.
Oh, even if we got... Okay, then never mind. She's mouthing it.
All right. So we will roll initiative. We will bother to roll initiative this time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, Aelin and Lorraine, let me know what you get.
A 12 for Aelin.
13.
5.
Oh no.
8.
Eight. Got it. Or 5. Sorry. Got it. Okay. So let's go. We start with Lorraine. So y'all are set up. Let's see. You can kind of put yourselves however. Got Vale way up here. Yeah, so we're gonna have y'all spread out, I think, a little bit. Oh, sorry. I was gonna have y'all spread out because you're in ambush. So these are your hiding spots here. Whatever. Okay. So you're spread out around these two orcs. They're beginning to look suspicious. You launch your attack. Lorraine, you get to jump on them. What do you want to do?
Just run up, me and Scrap, and I will take this one who is closest to me.
Okay.
The old half orcs just want to have fun. That's a 16 to hit.
Okay.
And 12 damage.
All right, you hit him. You hit him, and you get him solidly. Like your axe comes across and cuts him deep in the gut, but he is still standing. That's the one with the great axe.
Okay, and does Scrap get an attack as well?
Sure.
Okay. So I'll just go ahead and roll those. Oh my goodness. That's a 22 to hit and
Scrap is cracked.
8 damage.
Yeah, so Scrap, as you come in, you cut him badly, and as your axe swing clears, Scrap leaps up, knocks him down, and just starts tearing at his throat. And he is just literally ripping him to shreds underneath you. Aelin.
Scrap.
As blood is spattering all over the place, she's going to take out her lute very quietly, just strum a few, and it's going to whispers are going to start coalescing around, and I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers at the man alive. So he needs to make me a Wisdom DC 14 save.
Okay. And what happens if he fails? 'Cause he did.
If he fails, then he takes full damage, which is really good. 19 points of psychic damage, and he has to spend his movement immediately to run 30 feet away from me if he's still alive.
Yeah, he is not. No. So as your dissonant
That could be
whispers, you can see that, like as you talk and you string your lute, you can see like shards or paths of dark energy reach out towards him, and they kind of go into him, and he just scanner style and falls over dead, frozen in terror.
It's all right. Rest comfortably now in death. All right.
All right. Well, that was a quick one. All right.
Prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Uh,
I just, all right, well,
y'all are gonna do this again?
At what point do we want a frontal assault? Or do we not want a frontal assault?
Until the
know
place
how
is
to do.
empty.
If this is working, we could keep
It's true.
trying this.
It's pretty much working.
Until they no longer come out to investigate, I suppose.
Yeah. One missing person is a mystery. 3 missing people. Like the person goes out looking for him. It suddenly, I think, becomes alarming. Not to tell you what is definitely, but that would be my expectation, right?
I would assume a learned war party with this many people missing would be on high alert now. It might not work a third time.
Yes, but they don't know where they're missing. That's our advantage, see? Some went missing last night, some now.
Maybe they're just all deserting at the same time,
There you go.
randomly.
I mean, I still don't know what's by the water. One guy went to get water, the other 2 just walked around
I
and went
suppose
missing.
not wrong there.
This is my favorite plan that we've done, guys.
We could either take them inside the stronghold or take them out here. Maybe if we at least try to lure them out, could be more to our advantage. I don't know.
Home
This
field
is luring
advantage.
them out, yeah.
I agree. The element of surprise is stronger here than it'll be in there.
What do you think my acting skills? Maybe I can just accidentally wander in and then sprint back here like I'm, they're chasing me and then suddenly they just get lopped, their heads lopped off. Otherwise, we could just wait. That's
Just wait.
less exciting, but
I mean, they need water. Right?
you're not wrong. I'll just sit down and wait again.
Okay.
I'm really sick of being in the weeds right now. I'll just put that out there. I feel itchy. I think there's something crawling in my back, but I'm not quite sure.
Okay, so to be clear, for the next ambush, the intent is Vale stays up in the tree and gives y'all a warning, and then the rest of you stay down here by the watering hole, hidden like you had been the last couple times, ready to spring out at whomever.
Yep.
It's gonna be the ogre this time. We're gonna get smashed. All right, that's fine. We're gonna have to do it. I just don't want to be a pancake. I like being a performer, you know. I don't like being a pancake.
All right. An hour passes and nothing happens.
I swear there's something in my hair. I don't know what it is, but there's something there.
Okay. Still waiting. Another hour passes. Nothing happens.
I start getting into the some rations. I'm eating a jerky up in the tree.
All right.
Rick
Third
and
hour
Ruby,
passes.
I think
Oh,
you
sorry.
should just look. I think it's crawling now. It's moving locations. It's really bad.
Yes, I thought you wanted to bake it in the sun.
No, I want it off me. Get it off me.
Oh, I thought
Please.
you were bragging this whole time. Like, look at this
No.
giant spider on my back. I'm gonna eat it later. And he grabs it. It's a handful of spider.
Oh my god, that was on me. I don't want to be in these weeds anymore.
You
Right.
don't want this then?
No, eat it. It's yours. It's yours for
Thanks.
the taking. Gods. Ooh. Yeah.
Okay. So the third hour passes. Vale, you do begin to see some activity from within the keep. You can see out to one side, a group of orcs has come out, and then passing through that same breach that you saw before are first one and then two ogres. So the orcs are coming at around the farther side. You see the orcs coming out. So there's 4 orcs. So three of them look like what you've seen before, right? Kind of wearing hide armor. They're all looking different, but in general, hide armor, weapons, shields, things like that. In this case, they are all armed and they look ready. So there's two orcs with shields, one with a sword, one with an axe. There is a third orc carrying a bow, and with the group of orcs is an orcish woman who she has much grayer skin than the others. She's got absolutely no hair at all on her head, and she is covered in tattoos, right? Notably, you also see that she's got some really serious looking claws on the ends of her fingers, right? Claws on the end of her fingers. The one ogre comes out the gap, stepping over something. He's got his club. The other comes out behind him, and they're kind of spread out, walking down towards the wood line. But they are looking like they're looking for trouble.
Mm-hmm. So, could I technically get out of the tree without being seen?
Could you get out of the tree without being seen? It would be difficult.
All right. I look at everyone. I'm like, 2 big.
What do
I
you
hope
think
they know
that
what that
means?
means.
She'll just think in her head. Wonder what that means. 2 boxes, perhaps? No.
Right.
Boulders?
As you're wondering, you can see cresting the hill, first one ogre, and then another, right? And then again, what looks like the remnants of an orc war party. So there are 5 orcs and 2 ogres.
So 2 ogres over here, 5 orcs.
Yeah, and they're kind of
They're
spreading
armed by
out. They're spreading out in a big line, and they're walking down the hill. We're actually
Okay.
going to take this to a new map here.
Yeah, I'm going like this.
Map?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Then Aelin will think to herself, that's a lot of people.
Y'all are gonna like this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be awesome. I think my best one yet. It's a nice thing about
Ooh.
having me make up maps on the fly.
I'm excited.
You're saying you didn't expect us to camp at the watering hole?
I didn't think it through. That was foolish of me, and I understand that now.
Mhm.
What a fool. What a fool.
I mean, we got rid of 7 orcs already from this war party.
You did, yeah.
That's
no, listen,
true.
I'm also not sure we're the good guys in this situation, considering we're only after treasure. Yeah.
Are we the
But-
baddies?
I think we might be in this case because they're
It-
camping.
I was just going to say, I feel like it's less the treasure and more that Falcon asked us to take care of the situation. And we like Falcon, right?
Okay, you gave me some moral justification. At
All
least
right,
something
yeah.
I can feel a little better about.
Also, we
Also-
were... Go ahead, Mike.
I was gonna say, these orcs didn't build this place. This
True.
isn't their church,
True.
mosque, monastery.
Also, they attacked us first
yeah,
previously.
Yeah.
We were
They
going to just
could-
give them rations,
just taking the snacks.
but they had
Alright.
to get greedy.
They had to get froggy.
All right, I feel better now.
Good.
There you go.
That was the goal of that exercise.
Yeah.
Ogres are jerks, though. Maybe you guys should just stay hidden.
All right, so you see, but we've left the water skins right down by the base.
Yeah, they're gonna see water skins.
So we see like a bunch of folks begin to crest this ridge, right? So they're spread out. And we've got the ogres and orcs, and they're in a big line, and they're actively looking. Like they look like they're searching. They're not, however, yelling. And they begin to move down the hill. So you're going to be about here, Vale. And so they're walking down the hill towards you, and you've got the stream down below you. Whee. And you've got the hill that you're on, or at the bottom of. So the ground is level to about here, and then it slopes from that first line to where Vale is at. So it's sloping up at that point. That's going to be difficult terrain in terms of moving uphill, but moving downhill, it's very reasonable.
Okay.
I can't believe you had this map just like ready.
Yeah, ready to go.
I
You're
know.
welcome. Yeah, that's the.
It will be available in the Discord if you want to use this map for your game. I'm gonna
Yeah.
take a screenshot and post it in the Discord.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thank
Mhm.
you. That's
The squiggles
Exciting.
are extra fancy.
I think you've outdone yourself.
These
Honestly.
those squiggly lines that we were noticing.
So I actually
on the map.
show these. So a little advertisement here on Wednesdays when we're not doing this, we're typically doing DM prep sessions, and I typically show these awesome maps to everybody there.
I love it.
So they've
I
seen
mean-
it.
When
Some
you
of
were
them.
describing it, this is exactly what I pictured.
Good. Okay, so we find ourselves with these figures moving in on you, and they are looking like they are searching actively. Where have we hidden the bodies?
Somewhere where no one will ever find them.
I think we said that we didn't hide them very carefully. We just kind of put them in the bushes.
Drag them off the path
Yeah.
and hide them in whatever
Mhm.
kind of brush or bushes we can find, but not
Okay.
anything elaborate.
Okay, they're coming down. They're coming
When-
down. They're searching. They are going
When
to
an
find the bodies. at some
ogre
point.
is within 30 feet, I want to do something to it.
Okay. Anybody gonna lose their nerve before that? And they keep coming closer.
I am gonna get my
Closer.
bow out.
What am I doing so far in the front? I don't think I want to be there. Yeah.
Right. They keep coming. Moving forward. And I believe that is within 30 feet of Aelin.
Aelin is just going to softly strum at her lute, almost like a siren song. And she's going to, like, this almost like pinkish energy is going to come off of her lute and almost like connect to the nearest ogre and swirl around its head. And she's going to cast Charm Person on the ogre. So it needs to make a wisdom save, DC of 14.
Okay. So you're gonna cast the spell.
Yes.
Okay. Let's get some initiatives, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Oh, baby. 22.
17.
I made the mistake of taking one of the dice out of jail.
Oh no, you never take them out of jail.
I was, but I only had one to work with. I should have stuck with it, but I rolled a 2 with it.
Oh no, that's so rough.
Going back to jail.
I also got a 2.
Oh,
My
Jesus.
total is 3, though.
Oh. My total was 2.
All right, guys. So Vale, you're first, assuming that you're gonna jump in when you see Aelin pop out of cover and begin casting her spell.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take a shot at this fancy orc. That's the one.
Yeah. So this is clearly a woman wearing most of her clothes look like they're just tightly wrapped bandages where there is clothing, and she's got tattoos all over her, no hair that you can see, in these crazy looking claws.
She's a magic user. She's scary. And you know what? I don't like her.
Vale, do you think that I'm scary?
Yes.
That's fair. I'm impressed and insulted.
I think I'm scary too, you know?
It's fair.
Okay. 16?
16 is a hit, yeah.
Okay. Oh, 11.
Okay.
But I am also, so it's 11 points of damage, and I'm going to use an arcane shot.
Okay.
And it's going to be my grasping arrow. Creature hit by the arrow takes an extra 2d6 poison damage. Its speed is reduced to 10 feet, and it takes 2d6 damage each time it moves more than 1 foot. It's covered in brambles.
Ah, okay.
Or until the creature uses an attack action to move. An athletics check of DC 12 gets them out of it.
Okay. Okay.
So they get another 2d6. 6.
Right.
Whoa.
Ale with a nice strong opener. Aelin.
Covered in brambles.
Aelin already, the magic comes out, and around the ogre's mind and head, he just is hearing these whispers. And it doesn't say that he needs to understand, so I would assume it's just magically he's hearing, "We are not the enemy. The orcs are." And she's just gonna wisdom save of DC 14 on the orc's part.
Okay, for a charm person.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, charm person or charm monster?
I always thought that ogres were humanoid. I mean, they wear clothes and have equipment, but if not, then I can change my target.
Yeah, so they're giants. You're gonna have to use charm monster on them.
Okay.
They are humanoid, but they're giants, which puts them in another class.
Okay. Okay, then.
If I'm
then I guess-
wrong, I will be wrong for this session. I'm sorry, and I'm happy to look it up after this.
Could I do that towards the woman's not in range? Okay, then I will change my tactic completely.
You could say you waited till one of the orcs were within range. I think
No, I
that's a
don't
very
wanna get-
reasonable compromise.
I don't really want to get one of them.
Okay.
Sorry. I will. Instead, the ogre is going to just hear dissonant whispers, and I'm going to do that. So again, a Wisdom DC 14 save.
Okay. And if it fails,
If it fails, it takes full damage, which is 16 points of psychic damage, and it has to immediately move its full movement away from me.
okay.
And instead, it's going to hear, "We are the enemy, and we will kill you."
Right. So it actually gets not too far from Vale.
And then I'm going to immediately go as far away from it as possible. So, actually,
You're gonna
towards
get
the river.
into the river,
No, right up to it.
right up to the edge. Okay, got it.
Yeah. And that's the end of my
Alright.
turn. Actually, just kidding. I'm going to throw a little ditty bardic inspiration towards Lorraine.
All right, that's good. Lorraine, it's your go.
Okay. Nobody is close enough to me to do anything. So, for my action. For my action, I'm gonna cast. What is that spell called? Longstrider on myself, which gives me 10 feet of extra movement speed. And then I am going to just move. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Just up there so that I'm closer. But I can't really do anything else because I don't have any ranged anything. And then for Scrap, I'll just have Scrap run. Can Scrap do like a movement and then use her action to dash as
Sure,
well?
absolutely.
Okay. I'll have Scrap run up to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Actually, I'll just have her run up to the edge of the where
The
it
hill.
starts to go
Yeah.
up, and then she'll stop there.
Okay. Okay, that works. Rickman.
Rickman's just gonna charge up the hill towards the ogre and slash with his great axe. Crit.
Oh,
Nice. Get him,
boy.
Rickman.
For 15 slashing. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 15 slashing.
So I'm talking about.
Whoa.
Okay, so you cut deeply into. So you come up surprised, cut deeply into this ogre's leg. Your axe sinks in badly, and the thing looks close to losing the ability to move its left leg ever again.
And with my bonus action, I will Hungry Jaws. Another
Hungry
crit.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
I had to unmute.
You say another
For-
crit?
Yeah, for another 12 slashing.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you
All
bite
the
it.
times that Hungry Jazz failed.
Exactly, saving up.
You bite it savagely again, like ripping a chunk out of its gigantic belly.
Oh,
Yeah.
they bit him in the belly? You
Yeah.
animal.
I was
So
hungry,
first-
okay?
First round, Vale kicked off this ambush with a very solid arrow to the back of this orc that looks to be in charge. And now she is held down with these terrible thorns that are keeping her from being able to easily move. Aelin caused one of the ogres to flee, at least temporarily, with her terrible dark magic. And Rickman and Lorraine have sprung from ambush and began attacking, with Lorraine not able to get into range with anybody, but Rickman delivering some decisive blows already to one of the ogres. And Vale, you're up. There's an ogre actually just down underneath your tree, and it definitely looks up at you as it's there. It's like, who?
Sorry, Vale.
How high am I up in this tree?
Let's see. You are 10 feet up in the tree. It could
And this-
it could potentially grab at you if you don't climb any higher.
Could I climb another 10 feet and take a shot?
You could climb another 10 feet, but you'd be at the very top of the tree. So you'd be at the thinnest branches. But yes, you could climb another 10 feet and take a shot.
I'm doing it. Okay, I'm gonna climb another 10 feet.
Okay,
Gonna
so you're
get right
now
up to
20 feet high.
Yes. And I'm
Okay.
gonna take a shot at the bramble-stricken individual.
Okay.
A 13 plus 7.
Whoa.
That's a hit.
Whoa.
That's a 1d8 plus 3 for 4 points of damage.
Aw.
I know.
Sad. You'll get him next time.
I am going to use an action surge and take another shot at this thing.
Okay.
How's she looking?
She's looking rough. Yeah, she's looking bloodied.
Another 20. I rolled a 13 again, plus 7.
That hits.
Oh my gosh. It's a whirlwind of arrows.
7 plus 3 for 10.
Another 10 damage. Yeah, you brutally fill her with even more arrows. And she's looking rough, but she's still up. So now with 3 arrows sticking out of her. That's the air raid noise. That's the sound she makes as she gets punctured full of arrows.
Yeah.
All right. That's Vale.
If she moves more than 1 foot, she takes another 2d6.
Great.
Just
Got
putting it out there.
Aelin.
Yes, what is Aelin going to do? Aelin is going to I don't know why she ran away, because she's just gonna have to run back. She's gonna run closer again towards them, and just kind of survey the field, and her lute's going to come out, and she's going to say, ogres are like onions. They stink really bad. And she's going to cast Vicious Mockery. Also Wisdom DC 14.
Okay. Yeah. On the injured one.
On the injured one by Rick Ben.
Yeah. Got it.
So if they don't make it, it's
They
going to be
failed it. Yeah.
2 points of psychic damage and disadvantage on their next attack.
So ogres are like onions in that
They
what?
stink.
They stink. Oh.
I'm just going to spend the whole combat just quoting Shrek, and the ogres are like onions section.
Well, this
You said
ogre.
what, Jason?
Hey. Okay. This guy, upset, distracted, takes a swing at Rickman with his giant, shaft or part of a tree that he's swinging down. Rickman, that is a 13 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. Yeah. So he misses. Great. The other ogre runs up to the tree that you're in, Vale. Runs up to the tree that you're in, and yes, he starts shaking it really vigorously. So I'm gonna need you
Easy,
to
big
make.
fella.
I'm gonna need you to make an athletics check, and we're gonna put it at DC 15 for now. Stay in the tree.
Should I risk it and roll on the computer? Athletics,
I don't have an opinion.
I got a +6 for athletics.
9 up will get you there.
13.
Oh, got it.
No, I got it. 13
Yeah.
plus 6.
Yep.
Oh.
All right, so you're able to stay in the tree, but you can
Whoa,
hear the tree itself beginning
Snapping.
to crack. You're not confident that it's going to last another round, or certainly it's beginning to sway more and more as it moves.
What?
So, so you see the woman. She begins casting a spell. And as you do it, you can see some of the wounds begin to close right on her.
Oh, only we can do that. That's not allowed. Come on, lady.
She's not moving more than a foot, is she?
Oh, she's not moving.
Ooh.
It's not moving. Okay, so the orcs. What are the orcs going to do? One of them comes down here to Lorraine. One of them's going to come over here to Scrap. Another's going to come over here to Scrap. This guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So 3 of them are going for Scrap, and one of them's going for Lorraine. So the first one here, Lorraine, that's an 11 for you. Okay.
Misses.
The first one attacking Scrap. That's an 8, and then
Misses.
a 10.
Misses.
Ooh, and then an 18.
Hits.
All right. Scrap takes. So as the thing slashes down at it with its axe, Scrap takes. Scrap takes 6 points of damage, of slashing damage.
Okay.
I don't worry for anyone more than I worry for Scrap.
Exactly.
I know, my precious pooches.
All right. That's them. Lorraine.
Okay. Well, seeing these. Well, there's one in front of me, but seeing these guys attacking Scrap just sends her into a rage. So she's just going to attack this one that's in front of her. That's a natural 1.
Oh. I was gonna be like, that bardic inspiration. It doesn't matter. Just kidding.
No. It's terrible.
All right, Rickman, you're up. Anything else? What's Scrap doing, Lorraine?
Oh, Scrap. Yeah. Okay, so Scrap is just going to... Are any of these already injured, or... No? She's just going to attack this one that's right in front of her. Jump up and attack. That's a dirty 20
Nice.
for 9 points of damage.
Right. Yeah. So Scrap jumps up and bites at this orc. Not the one that hit her, but still one of them that came in. As it tried to attack, she still manages to get a good bite in as the other orc gets there with a hand axe. Rickman.
Gonna swing my great axe for just a 16 hit.
Does, yes.
7 slashing.
Yeah, absolutely. You cut into it.
And I'm gonna save my other hungry jaws, so he just connects with his axe and gives a grimace to the orc.
All right, top of the round. The battle has been joined. Vale managed to get some more shots off while an ogre tried to shake him out of this tree. So he's 20 foot up, firing shots, hoping to stay up there as long as he can before being flung out. Aelin used more of her taunting magic to distract one of the ogres so that it couldn't land a proper hit on Rickman, while giving it some psychic damage. The orcs swarmed around Lorraine and Scrap and have begun chopping away. Scrap managed to get a good hit in before she was also hit, or as she was also hit, and has damaged one of the orcs, but she's still very much surrounded. And the woman who seems to be a spellcaster, this strange-looking orc, cast a spell on herself and seemed to deliver some magical healing. And with that, we're going to actually end for the night and come back next time to see will our heroes survive this ill-fated ambush.
Does this to us every time. We just want to play forever. Gives us something to look forward to.
Exactly.
Gives my dice some time to rest in jail and think about what they've done.
Reflect on their sins. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for real.
I'm in a lose-lose situation.
We're really grateful that you were able to spend the time with us tonight, and
yes, indeed.
Looking forward to the next episode of Heroes of Windgrove. Yeah.
So fun.
We've got Vale in a precarious situation. We've got Lorraine and Scrap surrounded. We've got Rickman going toe to toe with an ogre. I think this is this is absolutely awful. But we'll see what happens. Y'all at least got the jump on these guys and have done some really solid damage. But let's find out what happens next time on Heroes of Windgrove.